Charlotte's population is expected to double by 2050. That means an additional 1 million people moving into the city. Now, most people are going for these expensive properties uptown, but they're ignoring the growth that happens in the suburbs right here. These 8 Charlotte suburbs are showing how location, new infrastructure, and growing populations are coming together to create explosive growth in 2026. Let's start with the South Carolina suburb that's seeing that wealthy kind of growth that can bring big chances and build serious money. Indianland, South Carolina is located 17 miles of uptown Charlotte in Lancaster County. The population growth has seen an 86.7% growth since 2013, reaching 35,224 residents by 2023. The zip codes is 29707, and it's one of the fastest growing zip codes in the entire state of South Carolina. The median household income is $117,609, which is about 1.75 times higher than the state median. With amenities like the Indianland Recreation Center, which was renovated in August 2022, a 26-mile network of trails and parks, the Bales Ridge Nature Trail, and the corporate headquarters of Continental Tire North America and Sharon View Federal Credit Union, and it just keeps going. The median price in July of 2025 is $550,000, which is up from $532,000 in June. And the average sale price is $551,919, and the average price per square foot is about $210. And here's why this area will continue to explode. It's Charlotte's southward expansion from Ballantyne, with prime suburban alternatives to some of Charlotte's higher end prices, with major corporate relocation presence already established, a strategic I-77 location, and a combination of affluent residents and corporate investment. And the south side of Charlotte is not the only thing booming. We're going to talk about some of the Lake Norman areas in just a few minutes. All right, so while we're on the south side, let's talk about Monroe, North Carolina. So this place is going through a big comeback thanks to smart government spending and new industries that are moving in, and most buyers aren't even noticing it. Here's some key points. Population growth is about 25% over the last 5 years. The population now is 43,081 residents, and the median household income is about 84,120. It's the established government center of Union County experiencing this renewed growth downtown, with some amenities like the revitalization of a lot of the Victorian homes and antique shops, South Piedmont Community College campus, Charlotte Monroe Executive Airport with its 7,000-foot runway, and its reasonable proximity to Lake Tillery, Baden Lake, and the Monroe Mountain State Park. Now here's some real estate data. The median sales price in January 2025 is about $408,785, up 8.2% year over year. And the market conditions still kind of favor sellers in this market with about 3.5 months supply of homes. And here's why Monroe is going to explode in 2026. First of all, the strategic investment in infrastructure, including $2 million for street paving and growth along the Monroe bypass, its aerospace industry growth around the executive airport, and its position as Union County's governmental seat. Next up on our list is Mount Holly. Now, here's the thing about Mount Holly. It's the last sleepy suburb of Charlotte, meaning it's the one that's latest to the party, but people are already starting to notice. With a population of 19,029 residents, it's got this small town charm, plus modern conveniences, plus I-485 access, which gives it a really unique vibe. Some of the amenities here include a historic downtown with regular events and festivals, Tuckasegee Park with its recreational activities, and multiple well-maintained parks and community facilities. Plus, it has great proximity to Charlotte Douglas International Airport. Now, here's some of the real estate data to back this up. Median prices in January 2025 were $320,000. That's down 10% from the previous year. With days on market about 83 days, its market competitiveness score is 58 out of 100, which makes it only somewhat competitive. And new construction's finally pushing its way into Mount Holly with communities like Moreland Oaks. And if this one surprises you, once I show you the biotech investments that are going into Kannapolis, you'll see why that whole reason's about to change as well. But more on that soon. Now, here's why Mount Holly is set to explode. First, you have entry point into the market with accessible pricing. and its median price is significantly below regional averages, which is attractive for first-time buyers and cash flow investors. It has a strategic transportation corridor location, and Charlotte's westward expansion really ties into that. And now that new construction is finally pushing its way into Mount Holly, that signals that developers are seeing confidence in the area as well. All right, so let's move on and check out a city that's become the poster child for smart economic growth in different areas, and that's Rock Hill. So let me tell you, big money is rolling into Rock Hill, and that says everything you need to know. Here's some key points. The population of Rock Hill is 77,824 residents, and it's ranked as the 5th best place to live in South Carolina by the U.S. News and World Report. And it's got this suburban feel plus urban convenience. Some of the amenities here are the 26-mile network of biking and walking trails, the Riverwalk development with a pedestrian-friendly town center, a free bus system was launched in 2019, and there's multiple business and industrial parks, including the Knowledge Park. Now, here's some real estate data. Median home price in January 2025 is $315,000, and that's up 4.3% year over year. And the average home value is $330,050. Its average days on market is about 93 days. And here's why Rock Hill's set to explode. You have major economic development investments made and top family-friendly designations along this I-77 corridor just south of Metro Charlotte, which creates a big diversified economy. But if you want to see what high-end lifestyle looks like, we're going to check out Lake Norman next in Denver, but this sets up a whole different way to invest. But before we keep going, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay ahead of Charlotte's real estate market. We're always digging into market numbers, watching where the big money is moving, and spotting new neighborhoods before everybody else finds them, so don't miss it. All right, Denver, North Carolina is the first suburb on this video where we're talking about upscale lake living. We're moving into that premium lake market where being on the water and close to the airport is making the perfect setup for this high-end price growth. Denver's population is only about 2,847 people in 2025, with a 1.28% growth annually. Its location is on the western edge of Lake Norman, and its characteristics is that it's one of Lake Norman's fastest growing communities. We could talk about amenities in Denver, but it really kind of stops and starts with Lake Norman. Lake Norman access and waterfront living is what makes this one really take off. The Lake Norman State Park is about 31 miles of mountain biking trails, and this still has really close proximity to Charlotte Douglas International Airport. The median sale price in July of 2025 is $541,000, and that's down 1.8% year over year. But the average home price is $556,819, and the average days on market is about 72 days. Its market competitiveness is 43 out of 100, which makes it somewhat competitive. Means you can still find a good buy, but the best homes are going to sell pretty quickly. And here's why Denver's set to explode in 2026. I've heard people call it the quiet side of Lake Norman, which is really appealing. Plus you have that airport access. And Lake Norman, the waterfront properties demand is super high. But while Denver has a high demand for waterfront property, Troutman is planning a huge 774 acre project that we're going to show you in just a few minutes. Okay, now let me show you an area that's totally different. Early stage industrial growth that most people haven't found yet. The next area we're going to talk about is Albemarle, Midland, and Locust. Now here's the deal. Albemarle has become one of North Carolina's fastest growing municipalities, and smart investors have already started moving money in before the mainstream actually took notice. Locust's population growth since 2020 is 34.7, reaching 6,526 residents in 2025. The position is that it benefits from Charlotte's expanding influence while maintaining affordability. Some of the amenities here include Pfeiffer University's downtown campus development, full of natural resources like lakes, mountains, and state parks. The Stanley Community College has a presence here, as well as its historic downtown revitalization efforts. Now, here's the real estate data. Albemarle's median sale price in January 2025 is $285,000. That's up 24.2% year over year. Locust median price is $374,000. That's about 5% lower than the previous year. And Midland's median price, is about $335,000, or up 7.2% year over year. Now, here's why this area is set to explode. A $180 million Albemarle technology park, which includes advanced lithium technology. Major industrial investments have been signaled here, Charlotte's proximity but accessible pricing, and Charlotte's eastern expansion. Speaking of biotech growth, our next area shows that a city can totally reinvent itself and boost property values big time. Kannapolis proves that economic transformation is possible, and the money coming in shows what happens when reinvention actually pays off. The population of Kannapolis is 61,542 residents, and that growth has been about 20% since 2010. The transformation here is from an old textile mill heritage to a new research and innovation hub. It centers around the North Carolina Research Campus. And what that has brought to the area is a very revitalized downtown with shops, restaurants, and entertainment all along West Ave, Atrium Health Ballpark, and the Gym Theater, which has live entertainment. Now, here's the real estate data for Kannapolis. Its median price in January 2025 is $277.5, which is down about 8.5% from the previous year, with days on market of around 61 days. The newest major development here is a $500 million investment by Insight Properties, and industrial improvements with 4 major I-85 corridor projects underway currently. Now, here's why Kannapolis is set to explode. The biotech and research hub transformation has been absolutely incredible, and the massive downtown revitalization investments have been huge. The strategic location from about 20 miles of uptown Charlotte and accessible price points are still in this market. And if you're really interested in learning more about the city of Kannapolis and its unique history and revitalization, we did a deep dive video and you should check that out. All right, so here's our last suburb, and it's one of the more exciting ones. One of the coolest things about the Charlotte real estate market is that its sprawl covers so much area, and over time, suburbs become cities and new suburbs are needed to replace them. So we wanted to include one that we would call an extended suburb of Charlotte, and that's Troutman. Let's take a look at Troutman, where the biggest development project in the area is about to create a once-in-a-decade chance for transformation. So here's some key points. The population in Troutman is about 4,128 residents in 2025, and that's a growth rate of about 1.8% annually. The amenities here include Lake Norman State Park, Iredell County Fairgrounds for community events, and direct Lake Norman access on the waterfront on the north and west sides. Okay, so here's the real estate data for Troutman. The median sale price in January 2025 is $415,000, and that's up about 8.5% year over year. With days on market of 107 days, its market conditions are more balanced than a lot of areas of Charlotte, but it has major development coming in. The Wakefield Village Master Plan community is about 2,200 homes. Here's why Troutman's set to explode. Anytime you have a 774-acre development with 2,200 homes on it, you're gonna develop, and it'll reshape that entire region. The Lake Norman access plus Charlotte amenities, it does represent a ground floor opportunity in that region's ambitious development. So these 8 Charlotte suburbs show how location, new infrastructure, and growing populations are coming together to create explosive growth in 2026. Each one has its own value, and they're so different that there's something for every lifestyle and need. If you're thinking about moving to the Charlotte area, these suburbs deserve a hard look. The numbers are pretty clear, and the infrastructure is being built, and the population trends speak for themselves. So send me an email, info@jwhitegroup.com, or book a call today. Let's make your move happen and make 2026 your year. But don't go just yet. Check out our next video made just for you. In it, you'll get everything you need to know before moving to Charlotte. So watch it and make the best decision for you. And we'll see you there.